When do you tell a seller that you are a wholesaler? This question gets asked all the time inside of our free Facebook group, even inside of Titanium University. Hey, I've got a seller. They want to understand more about our process. Should I tell them I'm a wholesaler? My opinion is that more often than not, you should be transparent about the fact that you are a wholesaler. Specifically, in the example I'm about to show you from one of my closer cage matches that I did with Stratton Brown, the seller was financially distressed. Her husband had passed away from cancer. She desperately needed to sell the deal. She had already been strung out by another wholesaler and had filled out a form on Speed of Leads website, and I purchased the lead. So I'm coming along. She's already in a bad position where she's going to have to be terminating with another wholesaler. She has a set amount of money that she needs to get from the sale of this property. And my exit strategy is only to wholesale the property. I think in that circumstance, you absolutely have a duty, a moral obligation to let the seller know that you are a wholesaler. I think anytime a homeowner or a seller asks you, are you a wholesaler? You should be honest and transparent. Yes, I am a wholesaler. If you do flips, if you own rentals, if you do Airbnb, if you do other exit strategies, you can include that in there. Just tell the truth. One of my exit strategies could be to wholesale this property. Absolutely. This will earn the respect of more sellers than run sellers off. And at the end of the night, you know you're not lying to them. Why would we want to run a wholesale business with a foundation based around lying? I don't want to be that business owner. Have I done it in the past? Absolutely. Why? Because I was afraid. I was afraid to tell a homeowner that I'm a wholesaler. I thought it would cost me the deal. And we need deals. We needed cash flow. So I lied. I don't do it anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. And I don't want you to be that person. I'm giving you I'm telling you right now, more often than not, the seller will respect the fact that you're telling them the truth because they're not used to it. Quite frankly, this theory that we have in our mind that we think we're the only person that's ever talked to this motivated seller is just a bunch of malarkey. Like, it's not the case. More often than not, they've already talked to 4, 5, 6 other wholesalers, real estate investors, buyers, realtors. So tell them the truth. They're going to respect that. Do you have to bring it up and disclose this on every single conversation with a seller? No. Sometimes it would be awkward to just interject and say, just to let you know, I'm a wholesaler. You don't always have to do it. But if it's a financially distressed property where closing on a certain time frame is absolutely necessary, you should disclose the fact that you're a wholesaler. If it's an emotional sell of a property, right? There's death, maybe there's a sickness, something like that that's going on, you should absolutely disclose that. But if it's just hey, I'm a tired landlord and I want to get rid of this property and I want $50,000, yeah, I think sometimes it would be awkward to just bring it up out of the blue if it doesn't get brought up by the seller. So I think you have to say it to every seller? No. If they ask you, I think you should tell them the truth. If the circumstance and the motivation as to why they're selling the property is mandated upon you performing on the dispositions and the transaction coordination of this, then you should absolutely disclose that. Now, I'm going to show you a perfect example of me telling a seller that I am a wholesaler, how I did that, and at the end, I describe why I felt it was necessary to do that. Enjoy. Hey, Sandra, this is RJ Bates. I was calling about your property there on East 3rd Street. How you doing?
Northeast 6th Street.
What I saw here was East 3rd Street. But if you're saying 6th Street, maybe it was entered incorrectly. But that's the property you want to sell there in Cross Plains, right?
Correct.
Okay. It's weird. It came across as East 3rd Street. What was the address to that?
225 northeast 6th Street, Cross Plains.
Okay. How much were you looking to get for that?
Hoping to get 85.
85. All right. Well, tell me a little bit about what you got going on.
I inherited it from my husband, and it's in my name now. We've gone through probate. Everything's all set up to where I can sell it. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, about 930 square feet, and it has a good-sized shop on the property. Property's all fenced, and the house is in good shape. It needs, they pull the carpet out of the living room. So, it would probably be where you would want to put everything all one way, whether it's flooring or carpeting or whatever. And the AC is not working right now, but there is a window unit in there.
Is this listed on the market?
It was listed on, I saw it on Zillow this morning. I had it with a guy who, he offered me 78 for it, and then he called me this morning and told me that he could only give me 38 for it. So I'm in the process of canceling that contract, and he told me he would send me a cancellation today.
Is that Nick?
No, it's a man by the name of Mo.
So Nick Walker listed this as a realtor. He listed it 7 days ago for $95,000.
Okay, that's probably through Mo, the guy that called me that I had the contract with.
Gotcha. So probably what he was doing is he probably wanted to get it under contract with you and then list it and try to make $17,000 spread or whatnot. Some people call it wholesaling, novations. There's different words for it. They were probably trying to do something there. So they came back and they said the best that they could do is 38,000. Is that based off of the feedback that they've gotten from trying to sell it?
I don't know. He said he had no takers, is what he told me. And that he wanted to get it sold for me as quickly as possible, and the best he could do was 38,000. And I told him that was impossible for me.
Right. It's impossible because you owe more on it, or you need more money for it.
I need the money for it because I have a lot of medical bills. My husband passed away from cancer, and I've got a lot of medical bills that I have to pay. And the place that I just got, the air conditioning unit went out on it, and that's going to be about $11,000 for me. And I don't have it. So the very least I can take is about 75.
Okay. I'm looking up right now to see a couple different things that I can do here. I have an astronomical amount of buyers in Callahan County. Cross Plains, though, I don't have very many. This has kind of been a weird location for us because it's not like I'm dying to buy a property in Cross Plains. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere from me. I'm in Fort Worth. We've obviously done deals in places like Abilene, a little bit larger, where there's more of a rental market and a buyer flip pool. So inside of Cross Plains, the ideal scenario for me to help you would be something along the lines similar to what Mo probably just attempted to do, which would be either to wholesale the property or to do a novation, which is essentially saying, hey, you say you need $75,000. Okay, I give you $75,000. I try to find an end buyer that comes in and buys it for more than $75,000, and I make the spread. Okay. Now, I have the means to do that probably at a higher level than Mo. I don't know Mo, but I've been doing this for a decade. I've done deals in all 50 states, and I've moved over 2,000 properties in the past 10 years. My system shows me in Callahan County, I have 145,562 buyers. Another one of my systems, I have a couple hundred buyers there. So I'm looking at quite a few buyers there. The problem is I've never specifically done a deal in Cross Plains. So I cannot promise you that I'm going to be able to be successful on this. But what I could say is that we are damn good at what we do. And so I could say $75,000. We sign the contract. I open up title. I begin communicating and marketing this to my end buyers, and we can be an open book and transparent as possible to you about whether or not we're successfully able to get you that $75,000. It probably wouldn't take us, but Monday through Friday of next week, if we get pictures, which I see we already have pictures online, we can probably have the marketing out this weekend, get feedback early on next week, and communicate with you on what we're thinking. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out, right? It takes a couple of days for us to get that feedback. And if we need to terminate, we terminate. And then you can move on to another option like listing with a realtor or something like that, which is probably what I would recommend to you if this doesn't work out with us. So I know I just spitballed a lot of feedback to you there, but I think that's realistically the best option that I could provide for you.
Okay. So how do we proceed from here? Do I have to wait for Mo to send me the cancellation of the contract that we had?
Mo is sending you a cancellation, right?
Yeah.
So what I would like to do is speed is going to be the most important thing for me to get this set up so we can get our marketing out early. I really wouldn't want to send it out over the weekend because it's the 4th of July, right? No one is going to be working. So if I can get Mo terminated, get this off of Zillow, you sign the contract, and I have all of my marketing prepared to go. So come 9 a.m. on Monday morning, the first thing that enters all of my end buyers' email boxes and cell phones is this property. That's the best case scenario. So that's what I need. I need Mo to get out of the way, Mo to take this off Zillow, you to sign the contract. I already had the pictures, and then we do our job. We get title started. We get the marketing started on Monday. So the things I need from you: sign that termination from Mo. Make sure he takes it down from Zillow. Once you sign the termination with Mo, you will have an email contract in your email for me. Then you sign it. I don't want you to sign that, though, until you've terminated with Mo.
Okay, that's reasonable.
Okay, so what I need from you is, let me see here. I have an email of Sparky. Okay, so I'm going to send over the contract to that email. I'm going to give you until Sunday night on the contract to sign it, so that way you have time to deal with Mo. If he doesn't terminate with you by then, I say on Monday, let me have a conversation with Mo. Me and you could do a three-way, and I'll politely explain to Mo he needs to go away if he's not going to perform. Because there's nothing worse than someone in our position tying up someone's property. Because realistically, like legally, you cannot do anything if you're under a contract with him.
Right.
But if he's literally saying like I can't perform on this, then it's like, dude, get out of the way. Let someone else come in and see if we can help you out. You know what I'm saying?
He did tell me he would give me $38,000 for it, and I told him that was impossible.
Yeah.
I could not take it.
Yeah, just it doesn't work for you. That's not what you need. And we're in the business of doing two things: making money selling real estate and helping people solve their problems by buying their real estate and moving their real estate. So that's what we need to do here. And he tried and he can't. Maybe we can. So that's what I'm willing to do for you. Okay.
All right. I appreciate it.
All right. So I'm going to get that over to you. You'll see it in your email here shortly. But like I said, on the contract, it'll say that you have until Sunday night to sign it. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much, Sandra.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Killer. Bro, that was a work of art.
That's
That one was a work of art.
that right there though. I someone asked the other day on my YouTube channel, when do you explain to someone that you're a wholesaler? When someone tells you I own a property in the middle of nowhere and I am a widow and I need $75,000 to pay, bro,
Yeah.
you better be fucking transparent about what you're doing. Like, don't be the piece of shit. She had no problem with me explaining everything right
At
there.
all.
In fact, she probably respects the fact that I said it. I will give you 75. Did you notice? It went from 85 to 75, and I never even had to talk about it. It's just an agreement now. She price dropped herself to the number that I needed it to be at.